Harley 4-speed leaks got you down? Well, I might have a solution for you. At one point in time, I had a SHOVELHEAD that didn't leak anything from its ratchet top transmission. And I thought, wow, I wonder how the hell the person that I bought this ratchet top off figured that out. Well, I scoured the internet for a long time and I found a guy on eBay that cuts an O-ring into the inner part of your spacer here, and hopefully that works. So what you do is you get your calipers here and you give him a measurement of the inside surface. So I'll show you, give him a measurement of what you got here. So the inside riding surface, and you also give him a measurement of your width of your spacer. And then what he's also going to want from you, and this is an aftermarket case, but I believe most Harley cases have the year right here on them, and he's going to need that also. I'll put the link in the description. And what you do when you get it is, I already resealed the transmission, but I'm going to explain it to you anyway. You pull out your 4th gear seal here and your spacer, which you probably already did because you sent him your measurements for yours. And then you lube up your O-ring and you put a piece of electrical tape around the splines here, or the threads for your sprocket, and you lube up that electrical tape, just a one tight wrap. And then you lube that electrical tape up and you should be able to just push your spacer on there. Don't hammer it in if you can get away with it, because you don't want to fuck up the O-ring. Anyway, lube the O-ring too before you put that on. Lube everything, right, if it's a seal. And then what I did is I just replaced my 4th gear seal here. I lubed the inside of the seal, and then I put a little bit of silicone, black RTV on the outside, and tapped it in with my handy dandy socket there for the handmade piece for the sprocket. And then what I did is I replaced my main shaft seal with Jim's tool 2256-1. If you've never seen this before, it's pretty handy. It has this piece here that guides it on. Once again, I lubed the inside of the seal, put that sucker on there, and then this little extension here on piece, it just pushes the proper depth into the 4th gear seal. After I did that, I took black RTV again, and sorry, I'm dropping the camera here. Used a flat blade screwdriver. Almost lost my tool there. Took a flat blade screwdriver and just it looks dirty, but it's actually just silicone on there. I just pushed silicone into all the holes here around the spacer. I'm gonna let that all dry up overnight, and then I'll put my sprocket on. They do make a super nut for the outside so that oil doesn't get through the outside, but I don't think I can use that with open primary. Anyway, I'm gonna put that on, put this guy on, put that guy on, and hopefully that works. I'll check back in tomorrow. Maybe we'll fill it up and spin it and see if any oil comes out of it. So amongst other things, I resealed the ratchet top, the kicker cover, put a new gasket on the drain plug. What else did I reseal? Oh, I put new gaskets on the shifter pawl and the actual ratcheting mechanism. So I got my bearing support on there. Everything's back together, and I put a quart of Redline heavy duty shock proof. I always use Redline in my transmissions, and then you can tell, when your transmission's leaking. I'm gonna shift it through gears, show you that it's not leaking at all. It's been sitting on the bench all night. There's not a drop out of it. And here we go. I put this clutch hub on just temporarily to spin it with. I'm going to be using a different hub, but first gear, neutral, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, no oil at all, back down the third, back down the second, spin it up real quick in second, and I'm just going to leave it in neutral. Anyway, if anyone's ever used this, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on these. And yeah, let me know. Do these things work? Do they not work? I'd love to know. It'll be going back in the bike sooner than later. Stay tuned. I got a Evo chopper project I'm working on here. Yep. And then this is a 96-inch S&S shovelhead project I'm working on here. The Evo's an 88-inch, so stay tuned. Should be fun. And I'll post some updates when I'm done with these bikes.